Hello, cats and kittens. Hola, Jose, Yoroshku. Back in the Crisis Corner to give my impressions on the casting for the Fantastic Four, the upcoming Disney Marvel Fantastic Four. The casting assignments have been finalized, and just really briefly give my impressions. I already dropped a video on the fact that I thought that the film was doomed earlier. That was before we got the final casting, but now I just speak my piece regarding the confirmed cast. Okay, so we have start from the back to the front. Ebert Moss Backrack. Seen him in The Bear, loved him in Punisher 2, seen him in Andor. The most inspired casting of this film so far. Love it. I loved him, and especially, it breaks my heart that I'm not going to see him as Micro anymore. Because he crushed Micro. Crushing it in The Bear. Fine actor. Only seen him in a few things, but fine actor, and I think he can nail Ben Grimm, depending on what they let him do. Okay, so Eben Moss Backrack. Okay, we're fine with that. Next up, Vanessa Kirby. Seen her in the Mission. I haven't seen her in a lot of things. Saw her in the Mission Impossible stuff. Hobbs and Shaw, which really shouldn't go on anybody's resume necessarily. I haven't seen the what you call it, The Crown yet. I don't know if I'm going to. That's not really well. I may or may not see The Crown anyway. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. She seems to be a. She looks the part. She seems to be a good actress. Appropriate age. Fine. No problems there. She'll probably be in her late 30s when the film actually drops. She could probably play Sue for a little while. Okay, so we got Sue Storm or Sue Richards. That's down. Interesting one. Joseph Quinn. I've only seen him in Stranger Things. Fine with him too. Because what I've seen in Stranger Things looks like he can pull off Johnny Storm, depending on what they let him do. Again, fine. Pedro Pascal, seen him at Homeland, seen him in Game of Thrones, seen him in Mandalorian, and The Last of Us. Absolutely not. No. That's me personally. No. Um, I mean, look, they could have got Denzel, I guess. So, yeah, uh, I don't. I mean, does he have to be in everything? I mean, come on. Could you not find anybody else? I mean, acting wise, I'm fine with him. Everything I've seen him in, he's not Mandalorian. He can act. That's not a problem. I wouldn't say that his acting is so great that he had to get the role. But hey, whatever. I'm just saying that you could find somebody. Nothing about Pedro Pascal says to me Reed Richards. Nothing. Nothing about him suggests Reed Richards. But look, can he pull it off? Maybe. I mean, he's an actor. He gets paid like everybody else. He could do his job. Could he pull it off? Sure. I could be pleasantly surprised that he pulls off the most convincing Reed Richards that's ever been in the cinema. So it's a hard no for me, but is that going to keep me from seeing the film depending on a few things? No. I've seen films with people. I didn't think that Christian Bale was going to be a good Batman. So you never can tell, as Chuck Berry once said. So, all right, let's get past that. All right, so Pedro Pascal, that's the of the four, the main characters of Fantastic Four. That's our cast. Overall, how do I feel about it? I think, with one exception, I think the cast is exceptional. I think it can work. Now, do I think it will work? Absolutely not. And it's got nothing to do with the cast. Those are paid actors, professionals, they could pull it off if given the chance. But my issue is not with the actors, it's with the studio and the executives. I have absolutely no confidence in Marvel being able to pull this off. In my thinking, it's going to be probably woke to some degree. It's going to have nothing to do with the source material, and that's their track record. Um, it's going to be anxiety ridden. It's going to be somber, probably, and dark. It's going to be loveless, and it's probably going to be overly complicated in all the wrong ways. Any one of those things I can live with, but I think it's going to probably be all three. I have no confidence in Marvel Studios to make this movie. My lack of confidence stems from the fact that I do not think they know what to do with the IP. They do not know what to do with an IP that is as nuanced and family friendly as the Fantastic Four. They they don't know what to do with an optimistic, um, family friendly type movie. I mean, what's the first when you say the Fantastic Four and you say family? What always preface? What's the prefix that always falls before family? In their mind, it would be dysfunction, as if that's the hallmark of a family. That they're gonna probably hate each other. I hate to think of what Sue and Reed will probably start the movie off either divorced or estranged from each other. The friendly ribbing that goes on between Ben and Johnny is probably going to be hateful, and I don't know. I don't even want to think about how they're going to portray this crew. And this is my crew too. I love the Fantastic Four. I got into reading comics and writing comics based on the Fantastic Four and Spider Man. And it's with a heavy heart that I say that this thing is probably not going to work. That's my default setting. I just put it out there. I think of it like one of those trust exercises where you're supposed to fall backwards in your crew. Your team is supposed to catch you. You're supposed to trust that they'll catch you before you fall to the ground. I fully expect to land flat on my back with this film because of the track record that Disney has had up until this point. Everything since midway through Endgame has just been tumbling and sliding downhill. I thought Shang-Chi was okay. I thought it was all right. Um, that's about it. I mean, not Winter Soldier. Falcon and the Winter Soldier had its moments. Uh, there's some of that. WandaVision was probably all right. Everything else, the movies, all of that stuff, no confidence. I have no confidence in Marvel to pull off what should be a slam dunk. I mean, look, this ain't rocket science. This is not the hardest property to bring to life. Look at the Incredibles. Burden them. They basically did the Fantastic Four. And I don't have any confidence in Disney Marvel's current writers to pull off something of that level. However, I reserve the right to be pleasantly surprised, and I wouldn't say I hope. I'm the hope's been beaten out of me. Apathy has set in, so I can't say that I hope that they pull it off. I I don't dare to hope. Hope has fled these lands. You know what I mean? It's bad right now. But, you know, We just sit back and watch, and who knows, man? Blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. Maybe these guys will pull it off. So let's just sit back, listen for the news, and see what happens. That's where I stand on it. Let me know what you think. Until then, until next time, stay loose.